Where is Rakesh? He was
Starting,
supposed
come.
Rakesh, come on, man. We will give you some time to speak. Do not worry about it.
Oh, sorry guys. Is it started?
No, it's about to start. Okay, shall we start?
Start,
Okay,
start.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hello, everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
My name is Bhupesh Mittal. I am AVP of Software Quality Assurance team in Tikety.com. And today I have with me two young leaders of my team, Rohitash Mathur and Rakesh Singh. So guys, why don't you introduce yourself before we pitch into our tech talk?
Hi everyone. My name is Rohitash Mathur. I am currently working here at Tikety.com as a lead quality assurance engineer. Me and my team are mostly responsible for testing, analyzing, core technical changes related to all front-end platforms in Android and iOS. And they are also responsible for performance and stability, maintaining, monitoring. I have around 5 years of work experience. I have worked in different domains like fintech, gaming, and now in travel. That's
Nice.
all about me. Rakesh?
So my name is Rakesh and I have approx 9 years of experience in QA and automation. And here in Tikety, I'm leading the automation team. And I also have exposure to like telecom, the fintech, and now the travel. Yeah, this is about me.
Nice. So with this rich experience, we are doing a lot of stuff, and that is where we want to talk something about it today. So usually what happens, whenever, I have been doing lots of interviews for the manual folks, manual testing folks, automation testing folks, etc., right? Specifically to the automation testing folks, right? Whenever I talk to some person, casually or in interviews, I have a usual question, right? Okay, guys, can you tell me what exactly are you doing in automation? And 95% of the time, the answer that I get from in reverse is, oh, I have been automating test cases for mobile apps, test cases for APIs, or test cases for website, right? 95% of the time, this answer is same. And that is where the catch is, right? The point is, there is much more in automation beyond this. And that brings to our today's topic of Tech Talk, which is automation beyond test cases. Let's go to the basics, right? What exactly automation does? Why we do automation? Automation to me is like you are doing some things repeatedly. You are putting your energy, cost, time in something which is happening on a regular basis. You have to do it repeatedly, manually, right? And that is where you think that, okay, can I automate this? Because if I automate this, I will put in that energy only once, maybe some towards maintenance of it, but mostly then the automation code will take care of it, will run those scripts again and again and again and again, and the manual folks can do something more interesting instead of doing that repetitive thing. That is what the automation is, right? Any thought about it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a great task and great exercise to reduce, manual intervention, and people can really focus on their other, creativity while testing and
testing is all about creativity.
Yeah. A lot of thought process, a lot of creativity goes into testing, and by automating all these, small, big tasks that we, face day to day, people can really save a lot of time, focus elsewhere, right? So I think I can also take an example from my past experience. So to talk from a performance and a user experience perspective, I was given a task to automate or to evaluate app launch or app size. So what app launch, app size means that for example, Tikety.com as a product, it is out there for people to use in form of Android and iOS, right? So download experience is also part of user experience. So the lesser the size of the app, the better it is, and the more it will be adopted by people.
Because you don't know how much bandwidth, network bandwidth they have. Are they running on 4G or Wi-Fi or something? Yes. So it definitely is considerable.
Yeah.
Right.
So size is one of the aspects, and the other aspect is launch time of the app. That how much does it take? How much time does it take for an app to launch in different network conditions? So to evaluate this, earlier on there was a lot of manual intervention, and people used to take some good amount of time to run these tests in different network conditions in different devices, right? So we went down and we wrote, an automation script, a small automation script, which can cover such aspect in different network conditions in different devices, and we were pretty much able to save a lot of effort, a lot of time.
What's the frequency of this activity which the manual team was doing on a daily? Was it daily, weekly, bi-weekly? What was the frequency?
I think it was bi-weekly, because
Bi-weekly.
we had a bi-weekly
Okay.
release. So every second week.
Your team was doing that manual part, right?
Yeah, right.
So few hours they were spending to do this activity
Yes.
again and again
Yes,
after
yes.
15 days, every 15 days.
Every 15 days.
Right.
And it was a kind of a repetitive activity which would take a lot of, takes a toll on a person.
And
Right.
so definitely a clear case of a candidate for automation,
Yeah,
right? You
right.
save some time which is happening repeatedly.
Yeah. And I think similar example is for app size. So we were able to, extract the app, evaluate that what kind of files were there inside the app, and it even gave us an insight whether, what part of the module or what part of product inside that particular company was actually contributing to app size, and we were able to evaluate, we were able to reduce and contribute to that app size reduction exercise.
Very
So it was a pretty fun exercise to do.
Yep.
Nice.
So in addition to what Rohitash has mentioned, so if I talk, if I'm able to recall from my past experience, so we, apart from the general automation like the UI and API, I also have built one script. So the script is to making a booking end to end. So while building it, we do face some challenges like the user flow is depend on some third-party APIs, which sometimes might be down. So it was a challenge for us.
Usual problem.
Usual
In tech industry, it is usual problem.
Correct.
You interact with third parties, right? They give you sandboxes or they give you, right? And then sometimes they're down, sometimes they're working or something, right?
Yeah.
Usual problem.
Yeah.
Right?
So we just encounter this problem and we fix it by using mock. And then once we have this stable script, so this script is used by both manual and the automation team. How the manual team is using it? So generally, for their feature to test, they need this booking, right? So it's a prerequisite for them. So instead of going to UI and making that booking, so if they go via UI, it will take 2 to 3 minutes for them to make a booking. But through that script, hardly it will take within 2 to 3 seconds, they are able to make it.
So and how many, the rough number of the bookings that your manual team was creating on a daily basis for testing?
So they were running this script on daily basis. I guess they need something around 5 to 10 bookings daily on
a daily basis,
Yes.
right? And might go up to 30, 40 in the regression times or
correct,
something,
correct,
right?
exactly.
So definitely saved a lot of effort from there.
So this script is also used by the automation team as their prerequisite,
As
right?
their prerequisites.
Because they need some booking to validate their APIs. So they were calling that script.
Right. Yeah. I can understand. You guys might have done a lot of other interesting stuff also in your past experiences. I can also relate to one of the thing. So in my one of the experience so I have been into multiple companies, right? In all these 15 years of my experience. So in one of the company, we were migrating the whole existing legacy website and its whole of the backend from a particular tech stack to a new tech stack. The website tech stack is different, the CMS is different, the services layer is different, right? So everything was getting migrated from here to here, and it was having a lots and lots of content also, was having a good amount of SEO stuff built in it, right? So we had to manage all of this while we are migrating it, right? So one part was very usual, which is the functional aspect, functional testing, functional automation, that okay, whatever flows this website has, this new website is already having that and is working fine or not. So there was a functional team which was testing this, whether the website is working fine, data is coming fine or not. Then there was a second part which is different, which I kept it for the automation part, that okay, can we validate exact data which was here is already moved here or not? and I mean, it was like we wrote a script which was testing this whole data on scale. Lakhs of records present in the source were migrated to destination, right? So we verified the number, the count, and each and every node value of that data at scale, right? Nice. And I mean, it was not possible via manual stuff, right? Had it been the manual stuff, it would have taken us weeks, right, to test all of this, and still we would not have tested all of 10 lakhs. We would have done sampling or something. Similarly, the front end part of it also, all the SEO stuff, etc., which was there in this originals. So whether or not that is present, the redirections, the linkages, the SEO, I mean, my sitemaps, etc., right? A whole lot of stuff was there when you build up a good big website, right? And then, I mean, you can't just leave it by testing only the functional part of it, right? And that is where you start thinking, okay, what else can I test, and can I automate it or not? And that becomes your food for thought that, okay, this is not only the test case automation that I should be focusing on. Let me focus on other aspects of it which I can solve, which might become problematic when this whole project will go live. I was doing in this past experiences. So when I moved into Ticket, so I kept that momentum going on in Ticket, right? In Ticket also, we are doing lots and lots of stuff around that. So we are automating test cases, definitely. We have built frameworks around mobile test case automation. We have built frameworks around API test case automation framework, right? I mean, so those frameworks are already being created and already test cases are being automated. So that is one part of it, right? So partial team is working on that part. But apart from that, team is working on many other aspects of it, right? Like we are doing automation of the analytics stuff, whatever the site maps, whatever the redirections, etc. All of that we are automating, right? And we are automating these analytic events, right?
Analytics, correct.
Right, analytic events.
So we in Ticket have developed this framework which is apart from our regular API and UI, and we are taking care of all the analytics. We make sure that all the analytics events are going, we are validating
Correct.
it.
And that too for mobile browsers, mobile apps,
all the platforms,
desktop browsers, etc. Right? So we are automating that part so that, I mean, we do not miss out on the analytic events, because otherwise the tracking, the monitoring of user base, different aspects of the funnel, right? It got, I mean, erroneous, right? So we have to take care of that, right?
Better to capture these things pre-release, and be more confident on what goes out in the production.
Correct.
Yeah, similarly, I'm the example that I mentioned before, which was related to app launch and size. So we moved one step ahead and we integrated that with our CI/CD pipeline.
Correct.
So we are putting a check, while people are writing code, merging code. So as soon as they merge their code, we are able to run our test parallelly and get a go, no go, whether we should ship it or not ship it, or
whether our new build is actually degrading from the previous or improving from the previous, right? So it gets automatically checked on by this different type of automation, right? Similarly, we are doing lots of automation on the
mocking. We have done mocking.
Mocking,
right?
yes.
We have built our in-house mocking.
Right.
Sometimes the mocking that available in the market is not customizable.
Correct.
So maybe you can have your own mocking and customize as per your.
And it is very common for the tools out there in the market. So they are built on certain thought process, right? And then you use them. It becomes beneficial for you for a small amount of sets or something. But when you you go deep in your use cases, so you figure out that, okay, I'm not able to.
There are some limitations.
There are some limitations, right? These XYZ use cases from my whole lot of cases are not able to be completed via that. So we actually started creating our own mocking framework, right? And now it is being used inside the Ticket, right, for lots of third-party and, in fact, inter-team integrations also, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. One big example also, that is the test management. It's related to test management.
It looks like very simple,
Yeah.
right? Nobody, I mean, I in my past 15 experience, I have never seen anyone focusing on the test management tool for doing the automation, right? But they just think that, okay, this is test management tool, I have to go there, I have to file, record test cases, I have to do this and that, and there's some default reporting there, I can, whatever they are giving, I will use it, and I will somehow manage to do some manual stuff over it to present that test summary reports to the stakeholders, etc. Right? But yes, we did that. So we wrote down scripts on top of that test management tool, right? And we have done a lot of dashboardings and reporting on top of that test management tool, which was not available in that test management tool itself, right?
Yeah. Right.
So that and it saved a lot of efforts for my N-1s at least, right? The leads, right?
Managers.
So whatever they are preparing in the reports on the monthly basis or on a quarterly basis. So now they can get those reports in just a click. But earlier they were like banging their heads in that part, right?
To collect
that,
all
oh
the
man,
data.
this person is asking me monthly report, and now I have to spend my 2 hours or 4 hours of time to prepare this report for this month. Then again next month, then again next month, right? So it was becoming, and people were looking like very much upset. Oh man, every month I have to spend my 6 hours on this thing only, and looks like and pretty much operational, right? Pretty much
correct.
operational overhead
Pretty
to
much
me.
operational.
Right? If my lead is just preparing a report for 6 hours every month, right, for the simple thing, so then it's an operational overhead for me.
Agree,
Right?
totally
That is where we thought that we should solve it.
Yes.
Let's automate it, right?
So we always keep looking for these kind of issues
Yes,
in our
yes.
organization.
Migrations. So, I mean, whenever you work in an organization, so there are some revamps happening, some migrations happening. It is pretty much common in the growing industry and the growing technology firm, right? And the technology team. So, we also had some internal migrations, right? We are actually picking out things from those migrations. Okay, what can we automate in those migrations, right? Data is one part,
Correct.
content is another, the count, quantity, quality, all of this we are tackling in that, right? So this is just a sneak peek of what we are doing. This is just a part of what we are doing in Ticket. There are a lot of things that we are doing on this kind of automation, right? And one more thing that I want to bring here on the table. Right? One part was that, okay, whether you are thinking beyond test cases or not. The other part is the tech stack also, right?
Agree.
Most of the time you talk to person, okay, which tech stack you are using for your automation. Somebody might say Selenium, somebody might say APM, right? So somebody might say, oh, I am using this particular framework, right? But that is not the end of the road, right? That is just a part of whole lot of flexibilities or ecosystem or tools we have, which we can use to automate stuff. From framework standpoint, we can understand that you have to stick to one tool for one particular framework, and then you do all the automation so that maintainability, usability, etc., and learning part also stays in control. But for the activities like this, where you are automating on a runtime, identifying particular problem, and then you picking it up and solving it, right?
Yes.
So you can be very free. You can't refrain yourself from using just these 2 or 3 tech stacks which are popular in market, right?
So,
Yeah.
So if
we have to be very open about adopting and using anything, right? The problem is that a lot of people look at tech stacks and languages like they are very very complex or complicated. But the thing is that we have to look at them like they are tools to achieve something.
Correct.
Right? If we think of them as tools, and think from a broader perspective that we have to automate this part, that we have to automate a process, then it will be easier for us to adapt. Right?
Correct.
Like for example, emphasis. We have to provide a lot of emphasis on bash scripts and scripting languages.
Any kind of scripting language.
Any kind of scripting.
It can be bash, it can be shell. Depending upon what type of features you have, what type of tech stack in your applications are being used, right? Which is more feasible, which is more compatible, right? But yeah.
We should be very open to adopting anything and everything which is
You
out
can
there.
use bash script, you can use Python scripts, you can
Anything.
Right.
Anything.
Like, even in our Ticket, we have used different programming language. It's like for the usual automation, we
are sticking to one framework,
correct,
but for utilities,
we are free to choose any like technology that can be best used to solve our problem.
The only thing that need to be focused upon is what type of resource skill set you have in you, right? I mean, you can't be like that okay, you pick up a Zazzy Python script to solve some problem, and then the next day you find out that you were having only one Python guy which left, and now there is no Python guy, right?
Yes.
So I mean, so planning is important in that part, but yes, but you should be pretty much open, versatile in solving problems, whichever way you feel that it is the right way to do it, and the quickest way to do it, and the stable way to do it. Right. So the right approach, the time to market, and the stability. Right. These three things are pretty much important. But otherwise, I mean, if you are solving this part, you are considering this part, then I mean, go anywhere.
Agree.
Yeah.
Then sky is the limit, right?
Correct.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out. So a lot of problems we discussed, they are part of these problems are mostly related to products and applications which are working at scale.
Point is, you are feeling a pain of something which you have to do again and again.
Yep.
So then your mind should go in that direction. Okay, how can I solve it automatically? How can I save my time, energy, and cost? That is the whole sole agenda. It can be application, it can be your day-to-day activity, it can be anything, right? You build in that culture into your mindset, and then you will also be able to identify those areas in your applications also. The mindset is the key.
Right.
You build in that mindset within you, within your leaders, within your team members, then nobody can stop you, right?
Correct. Agree.
So okay, so this was just the brief discussion about what we think about automation,
Tip of the iceberg.
how people can tip of the iceberg, yeah, and how one should think about it, how one should approach about it, right? And we are doing lots of this kind of stuff in Ticket, and I am acting as a product manager for the automation team. I keep on digging deep and finding more this kind of stuff, right? And so I mean, if you also think that you have that in you, you also think in this direction, you also want to do some interesting stuff, so it is just the right time to jump on this Ticket ship. We are very welcome to have you on board. You just have to contact us on the career side.
Happy to have you.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Keep automating, stay happy.
Yeah.
Keep filing more bugs. Thank you.
Thank
Terima kasih.